Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Hope you are doing good. So few days back, I started reading psychological manhwas. Honestly, I don't usually read psychological manhwas, but I decided to try reading something different from what I usually read. So when I started reading, I was just awestruck by how well the story is executed and delivered by the author and the artist. And I completed the whole story in one night. It really piqued my interest and I started reading other manhwas and craved for more. I just fell in love with this genre. Today I will be talking about psychological romance manhwa that you should and must read. These stories are wrapped in certain situations where the characters face problems that are psychologically haunting. The psychological genre emphasizes interior characterization and motivation to explore the spiritual, emotional, and mental lives of the characters. But before we begin with the video, make sure to subscribe and like the video. Now let's begin our list. Coming at number 1, we have Free in Dreams. Choi Joo-min is severely bullied in high school because of a bad relationship with Ha Joo-yoon. As a child, her only solace is the lucid dream that haunts Ha Joo-yoon in a dream that no one can disturb. One day, she meets a mysterious man in her lucid dream who offers her to get revenge on the people tormenting her. The art is gorgeous. The characters are eye candies. The story seems interesting as of now. Coming at number 2, we have The Butterfly Girl. Na Bibi and her only friend Dahi, both bullied by her classmates, have been enduring a painful middle school life. But after turning 17, Na Bibi gained the ability to transform like a butterfly and be reborn infinitely with a different appearance. With a brand new pretty look, she is now ready to start afresh as a high school student. But her transformation stirs tensions with Dahi, who disappears on her. Struggling with her identity, Bibi enters high school. She coincidentally ends up in the same class as Bang Yoonwoo, a student from the same middle school. The characters are really well created. Every single one of them shows a real human behavior, explaining in detail how their personalities and behavior were caused by their past trauma, how the protagonists try to outsmart each other by trying to find out their real face, and how the issues affect each one of them. This is one of the most interesting and gripping stories, especially if you like psychological and a bit of drama themes. I really like the interactions between the characters, and sometimes it will really make you question yourself that what will you do or think if you were in her shoes. This is a must read. Coming at number 3, we have Secret Alliance. Yoon Seon, otherwise known as Shan Shan by her good friend Hyun Yi, is popular with all the girls at school, which would be great if she swore that way, but she doesn't. It just happens that she is terrified of men and her mother is obsessed with protecting her from all men. And suddenly, Yuri, the prettiest girl at school, has admitted to Seon that she has feelings for her. Now Yuri won't stop following Seon around, which would also be fine by Seon, except it seems like Yuri wants Seon all to herself. And who knows how far she will go to make sure that happens. So basically this story focuses on our main girl, Seon, who had terrible experiences with the opposite sex as a child and develops a massive trauma of men because of this. We readers follow her and her journey of overcoming this intense fear throughout the story, which is handled so well with the raw emotions and extremely accurate depictions of anxiety, fear, and codependency. This story has excellent characters, gorgeous art, amazing plot, and fascinating interaction. It was intense and tough to read because of the theme. I like this kind of stories because of all the emotions flows in me. It's dark and creepy, but had its sweet and charming moments. And the ending was just perfect. I think it's best if you get into the story with no other plot revelations. Be surprised because this story will inspire so many gasps and giggles, tears and titters. Coming at number 4, we have Noos or Olgami. Taxi driver Han Ji-a once saw her acquaintance from the church, Park Yoon-soo, walking through the city street with a girl, but she could not even think that this would lead to the burying of evidence of murder, persecution, and a complete change in her daily lifestyle. It's kinda like Who is the Prey, but not toxic. The female lead is badass and a male lead is a bit manipulative. I spent an entire night reading this manga. The way the author set up the story and how he developed the characters made me want to keep reading. A very crucial romance between a vampire and a human. And the plot is unique for me and it really piqued my interest. This manhwa has an unpredictable plot. It's a slow burn romance, but from what I have understood from the Ross, I just want to say that the sexual tension between them is immaculate. This story is dark, deep, and messed up. Don't even think about morals with these leads. This is more of a thriller with psychotic male lead and badass female lead. The execution of the story is absolutely amazing. Hands down, one of the best manhwas I have ever read. In my opinion, it's different and unique. Definitely worth a read if you are into heavy genres. So yeah, 100% recommend this for the art, for the unique plot, for the characters and everything. Coming at number 5, we have Generations Queen Ling. Orphan Ling of Zhou has the ability to predict the future, but she hides her ability from others. She then becomes the concubine of the cold emperor and enters the palace. She slowly learns to survive the palace intrigue and becomes Queen Ling. Storytelling, art, dialogue, everything is just chef's kiss. A masterpiece indeed. From the plot to its twists. One can't simply get enough of it. There's not much to say about the art. It's a piece of beauty that should be framed in a museum, in my opinion. We get to see the inner workings of the palace and society on a cinematic worthy scale. Multiple plot twists happen consecutively, letting the readers try to guess what's going to happen next. The twists and turns will have you on the edge of your seat, and since it's so convoluted and fast-paced, all of a sudden you will have a whiplash. I think the female lead and the male lead are very well fleshed out. The other characters, I can see how their development makes sense. You better buckle in for court politics, drama, deceit, romance, and betrayal. The author is a great storyteller, I must say this. If you love drama, plot twists, and a refreshingly cunning heroine and male lead, this is a wonderful example. Coming at number 6, we have 340 Days. Lean is a shot, destined to a life of undying love towards one person. Do-sung is a destroy, always on edge to hide the violent outbursts they are known for. In this world, it's not just the genetic but also the psychological traits that distinguish them. Just as Lean is coldly rejected by Do-sung, a string of horrific murders threatens their lives and the investigation creeps ever closer. The relationship between the main characters is so lovable yet tragic and toxic. They want to love each other and live a happy life, but with the state that they were born with, they can't. The world that the author has set for them is very unique and interesting. Each character has a role to make the story not so overwhelming or underwhelming. I love the art, the characters, and the unique plot. It's a love story that's dark and obsessive, but at the same time kinda fluffy and heartwarming. It was a short read, but it was worth the time, each chapter making me fall in love with it. is the definition of dark and lovely. Coming at number 7, we have the male lead is a murderer. Amber is an author desperate for a bestseller, but while trying to write a new idea, she dies in an accident. The next time she opens her eyes, she is the main character inside her own unfinished novel. High school was hell for Amber, and the fictional life inside her book is worse. Her novel was a thriller where the heroine is pursued by a love-obsessed psychopath. Now, Amber needs to avoid the male lead to stay alive and find a way to bring her book to an ending without losing it all. Please reread the title, The Male Lead is a Murderer, and you should already know what you are about to get yourself in. A very possessive, creepy, toxic, non-consensual character will be playing a huge part in the story. While there is darkness in this story, there is some comedy that isn't out of place. The female lead, Julie, is straightforward and her reactions are realistic and accurate. The plot is intriguing and fascinating. The story's execution is on point. You should definitely give this a try. I hope you all have a good day. See ya!